What I study are these cells called mirror neurons. And mirror neurons are cells discovered initially in the monkey. And they are motor cells, as any other motor cell they fire when the monkey or where humans make actions like grasping a bottle. But mirror cells have this special property. So if one of my motor cells fires when I grasp a bottle, if I'm totally still now and I'm watching you grasping the bottle, the mirror cell fires. So the same cell I used to grasp a bottle also fires when I see you grasping the bottle. And by doing that, we think mirror neurons enable big things like empathy, understanding the intentions of other people. Because what happens is that I use my machinery in the brain to satisfy my intentions to achieve some goals like drinking. And I use the same machine in the brain when I see you doing the same thing. So I don't have to make a lot of inference about what's going on in your mind when I see you doing actions. Then we can apply this whole logic to all sorts of interactions, like the thing we're doing now. We know that there are mirror cells not just for grasping, but also for facial expression. And when people interact, they have all this, nodding and body language. And so we believe that through these interactions, these interactions become so smooth because mirror neurons are active. And so I don't have to really work hard to figure out what's going on in your mind. I get it right away. Well, the other thing we know about this system is that it's important for imitation, for imitative behavior. So if you do something inspiring, of course you're going to invoke a lot of emotional response. But the point is to invoke in other people doing something like you, and that's an imitative behavior. And mirror cells are actually really good for that. We have done many studies, especially in my lab, that demonstrate that. Well, the fact that you have this system in the brain, to me, suggests that we are really wired for empathy. In fact, we have actually good evidence for that. We have done studies in which we show that the more you tend to be empathic as an individual, the more these regions in the brain that contain these cells are more active. So that's really good evidence that there is a good relationship between this brain system and your capacity to empathize with others. Now, empathy is just, I think, the building block of compassion. Compassion is something more. But you need that. You need the foundation of a building in order to create the whole building. I think empathy is really the basis for it. Mirror neurons really facilitate this low-level empathy, the way I call it, because it's more about this mirroring, this being empathic at the body level. And from that, I think you can build on complex things like compassion, in which you actually do something to help others. But you need to have the initial step, which is feeling what other people are feeling, to help them. I think mirror neurons really give you this emotional resonance with other people. And by doing that, I think they enable the best way of being compassionate.